I guess it's still good morning when I'm doing this. I got a rider with me today, so we're gonna cook some ribeye steaks, bought for $9.99 a pound at Food Lion. Shout out to Food Lion. I do like that place a lot. My boy Paul, one of the managers near home, told me about it. As you can see, I got the butter being put in there. I do like my Irish butter a lot. Anybody's asking, it's the Kerrygold ones. It's just hard to beat. Now I did take the time yesterday and I salted the steaks. Anybody that's a true connoisseur of steaks will understand that you go ahead and salt them and they just taste a little bit better. The guy who's filming this is shaking his head, begging to say hell yeah, as I did not grab a steak, I grabbed pork. Give me just a second. As I go over here, whoa. There we go. It's all right. Now I got two steaks. Y'all already expect me not to be perfect. That's why you watch. You want a perfection, you definitely watch somebody else. Putting McCormick crushed red peppers on there. Putting McCormick peppercorn medley. Little jalapeno from McCormick. And then of course the Monterey steak seasoning, which looks like I'm gonna have to buy some more of that shortly. It does end up being one of my favorite seasonings. Go ahead and just flip them and just, you know, put it on all over again. I like a well-seasoned steak. Of course, I'm kind of a fat boy. I'll take a steak with just about anything, whether it's just got salt, pepper, heavily seasoned or what. So how was everybody's weekend? I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I spent most of the weekend with my fiance in Valdosta. I posted, she cooked a lot. She is a phenomenal cook. Shout out to Black Women in Georgia. Y'all do seem to have a great line on cooking. Of course, this Florida boy does a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. People do keep coming back to my kitchen, even if it's in my car. Went to church on Sunday. Still in the book of Job. Job, once again, is just one of those kind of weird books to me. I'm trying to get through it. It's I guess it's all about how God's got a plan for your life, and I do agree with that wholeheartedly. But I think it's okay to read the Bible and have parts of it that's a little hard to understand. We got the NFL draft coming up soon. Who do you think is going to be drafted overall? I think Mendoza's probably going to be the #1 draft pick. But we'll see. Did pick up a new pair of glasses today, though. I needed one, and ChatGPT told me these were one of the best ones I could buy for my profession. So, shout out to ChatGPT, because Lord knows I don't have much of a style sense. As my man recording this is laughing pretty hard at that. I'm gonna try to have a few more stories for y'all this week that are gonna be a little bit more entertaining, like we did with the Goliath stuff. So, you know, bear with me. Oh, as we throw in all these beautiful vegetables. I did add one more vegetable that I've never used before. Well, not before. I haven't used on videos. I threw in some carrots. Kind of excited about the carrots. Trying to get healthier, and the carrots are just a wonderful inclusion into that healthiness. So as that's cooking, let me ask y'all, do y'all pray a lot? I find myself reading my Bible like I should, but I find myself having trouble praying. Not that I have trouble praying, it's just I get so caught up with everything else. So that's something that I'm personally going to try to be better at. Charles Spurgeon, one of my heroes, said he did his best work on his knees. Of course, outside of that, he said I did it with a glass of sherry in one hand and a cigar in the other, and I do love my cigars. So now we're just pretty much waiting for this to cook. It's not going to take too long. I will probably add a little bit more salt to this. Not the steak itself, as I did the wrong thing, so I just destroyed the salt content in here. But that's okay. It's a lot of vegetables. It'll work itself in there. Try not to overcook the steaks along the way. Let's go ahead and just get them, trying to cook them on all sides for a little bit. Maybe throw in a little bit more butter, since having two pieces of meat in there have kind of taken the lot of the other ones that were in there. We'll just kind of let that sit there, and we'll just let it cook for a while. This free and clear stuff, though, I have to tell you, is one of the best things I've ever bought for this. I hope I inspire some of y'all to eat better. I promise you, I'm trying to lose weight. Of course, when you fat, that gets hard. Some of y'all talking about, oh, I lost 20 pounds. Well, you probably started off at like, 20 pounds to your weight that you wanted to be. I started off at like 80 pounds over to the weight I needed to be. So yay to me. So today we're working in Lake City. I know I'm kind of dabbling a little bit, but really didn't have a ton prepared. Today, like I said, I hung out mostly with my fiance, so, she takes precedent over y'all. But, anyways, that's kind of what we're doing. Cooking the steak. Tell you what I'll do when it gets done. I'll post a picture and everything with it. So you can cut it for a second. As you can see, the ribeyes are done, so we're taking the vegetables out now. And then I'm gonna cut into mine and see how it tastes and how it looks. I'm excited. How many of y'all did not even know you could cook a steak in your car, huh? Of course, if you don't, that means you haven't watched one of my other videos. This is not the first time I've cooked a steak in my car. this point, brother, we may be bigger plates. I'm just gonna pour it right on top of the steak at this point. Why not? Let that butter seep in a little bit more on that steak. Alright, let's take a taste test. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Let the car charge a little bit. This is for my boy Pete. He said I should always take a bite of it. So, take a bite. That's pretty good. Well, y'all, I'm gonna go enjoy.